has a conviction for assault and battery with intent to kill. 7/16 of 2000, he was given 3 years, given credit for 261 days, time being served. Then he got probation. And then we go to 03, got receiving stolen goods. He was convicted and given 30 days on a misdemeanor receiving. Go back the other way. Your Honor, we're 1990, disorderly conduct, assault and battery, high and aggravated nature. 1992, distribution conviction. And we got, moving on up to some of the more current stuff, Your Honor. He had attempted murder, discharging a weapon into a dwelling, possession of a weapon during the commission of a violent crime over in Bamberg. At the same time, he also had a distribution of methamphetamine. There was a plea deal that was done. The attempted murder and shooting into a dwelling went away. He pled 4/8 of 2015 to distribution and manufacturing of methamphetamine and was convicted of, actually he pled to 4 counts of that, Your Honor. He was given a 15-year straight sentence that was suspended to 5 years with suspended 5 years and 5 years of probation. He's just been recently released. 2013, drugs manufacturing, cocaine base, 3rd or subsequent, methamphetamine, 2nd or subsequent, PWID of both, 3rd or subsequent, proximity, that's 4/23 of 2013, 2009 malicious injury, 2010 DUI and DUS, 2011 there was also a burglary that was in that plea deal that I alluded to, and then finally 2012 trafficking, methamphetamine, distribution, conviction, 5 years, suspended 5 years probation. Just has he has a serious substance abuse problem, Your Honor, and he has I mean that's the only life he knows is making meth and selling it. That's how he makes his living. And he's had one more last chance, and he's probably out of chances now. That last deal that he had with the shooting into the dwelling and the manufacturing, when they pled that deal, it was understood to him that it was one more. This was his one more last chance, and he is since that time, since being released from prison, he is he now has 3 charges of the same nature of distribution of methamphetamine, as well as 2 failure stops for a blue light, one here in Orangeburg and one over in Calhoun, Your Honor. Mr. Fauling's not somebody that needs to be out here on the street. For his own good, jail is about the safest place that he can be right now, because he's a danger to himself and he's a danger to the community, Your Honor. I would consider him to be a flight risk, as he knows what he's facing. He doesn't have any other options but to try to possibly even leave the country, Your Honor. We would ask that if you set cash bond on him, Your Honor, we would ask for $1 million, but we would really like to see you deny the bond here today, Your Honor, and pass it on and let the circuit court take it under consideration, because we're going to be in circuit court very shortly here with the General Sessions bench warrant from Calhoun County, which, you know, everything's going to be lumped together. We're going to be before a circuit judge here in the very, 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 very near future, Your Honor.
How soon is the very near future?
Sir?
How soon is the very near future?
Well, and I'm going to meet with the solicitor's office when I leave here, Your Honor. I'm going to meet with Deputy Solicitor Cornwell to bring her this. She wanted this case right now, and I would, Your Honor, I would anticipate in the next 10 to 15 days we'll be before a circuit judge.
Your Honor, I'd like to add, his first charge with us that stemmed to this incident where he was caught the other night was on January 7th. It was for possession with intent to distribute methamphetamine, 3rd or subsequent. A 3rd or subsequent offense, if I'm correct, is a 25-year mandatory sentence, period. There's no possibility of parole, no getting out. The 2 times that he's been dealt, we spent hundreds of man hours from January 7th till the other night when investigators were able to finally catch him after an extensive car chase. He showed no due regard for public safety in any form or fashion. He was driving down the wrong way on Highway 301. His only intent was to get away. We've had people tell us that he was trying to get money together, not sure, to go out of country, as this investigator alluded to earlier. He's got General Sessions bench warrants for failure to appear in Calhoun County on the same charges. But this is a third and subsequent offense. If it was a first time, and possibly a second time, we'd understand, but we had to spend hundreds of man hours and taxpayers' money in trying to locate this individual, chasing him all over this county. We know he is a flight risk, and just due to his driving the other night, we absolutely know he's a danger to society. He is not going to stop. He wants to get away. That's what he wants to do. We ask that you respectfully deny his bond. He's just a danger and a flight risk, and it's going to cost us a lot of time and money to try to locate him again. He has nothing to lose now, Your Honor.
Your Honor, can I say something on my behalf?
I'll give you an opportunity.
Thank you.
As y'all know, and all of you know me very well, and a bond is not to punish, a bond is to guarantee a person in court, a parent in court. Now, if there is sufficient evidence to show that you don't think he's going to show up, then the court can do what's necessary so far as bond is concerned. We don't penalize people prior to the date of their trial, because that's why our Constitution exists. Under the Sixth Amendment, you have that right to be present and to face your accusers. Also have a right to have a trial by jury of your peers. That is the law. I follow the law.
Thank you, sir.
Does not mean that that would make it any different. Now, back to, you want to reiterate the charges that's in Calhoun County now?
Yes, sir. He has failure to stop for blue lights and also possession, distribution of meth charges. He failed to appear at his roll call.
Yeah.
He failed because he knew we had charges on him. He was running, Your Honor.
No, sir.
That's why
That
if
is
he gets
not
out,
true.
he is gone. I don't
That is
usually
not
ask
true.
for a denial of bond, but that's why I'm
That's
asking
not
for it
true, Your
today.
Honor. If you allow me a chance, I'll reiterate on that if you don't mind.
Yes, sir.
I went and talked to Byron Gibson, try to hire him as my attorney. I was told if I didn't have an attorney by the 23rd, that they would revoke my bond in Calhoun County. I talked to Byron Gibson. Byron Gibson spoke to my probation agent, Mr. Kittrell, and informed Mr. Kittrell, that I did in fact come to him and try to hire him as, we're going to hire him as my attorney. He was supposed to contact Calhoun County to inform them. I didn't know that they had 2 roll calls in 1 month. They just said have an attorney by the 23rd. He was to notify them and let them know that he was going to be my counsel. Right. And I was down in my fiance got arrested and was transported to Aiken County. That's where I went, was to try to bond her out. I've never missed a roll call a day in my life. Never missed a day of court. You never had to hunt me for court, and I've never skipped on a bond. I'm not going to, and I never will. I don't mind going to court and give it, taking my punishment. But don't sit there and fabricate a story that I tried to skip the country and all this right here. I was 1.5 miles away from my house. If I'm trying to skip the country, why am I 1.5 miles away from my house?
Your Honor, I guess if he was gonna come to court, he wouldn't have run from the police other than.
Well, see, considering the beating and stuff, I kind of iffy about y'all.
On the 2 counts of distribution of meth, court set a bond amount of $35,000 cash or surety on each of those, giving you a total of $70,000 on that. On the failure to stop for blue light or siren or trying to elude, the court set a bond amount of $3,000 on that,
Thank you,
giving
sir.
you a total of
Appreciate that.
$73,000 cash or surety.
Thank you, sir.
Dan. You got anything to sign, John?
No, except his bond form. He said, do he has anything to say?
Yeah, just, do you need me to stay here to have him sign anything else?
Like, wanted to have an officer up at
Gotcha.
the bench.
Ron was in.